Hey travelers, welcome back to another episode of Nomad Travel Adventure. Simon here. We are getting ready to go on a very special trip today. Thanks to Tourist Israel, it's this travel company. I was doing a lot of research online and I was trying to find the best tours, and this company just seemed to have the best value. So I will be placing a link in the description to their webpage, and I will also be placing a link of the tour. With that being said, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a video of the second tour that we've got tomorrow. Well, today I guess we are going to be taking this tour, and it's called the Jerusalem, Dead Sea, and Bethlehem and More tour. So basically it's a highlight of some of the things that we have here in Israel, and we're definitely going to be stopping at the Dead Sea. And then I think we're going to come back and see some of the highlights here in Jerusalem. And then after that, I think we are going to the birthplace of Jesus, Bethlehem. So yeah, keep watching, stay tuned, and we've got a lot more exciting things coming up. Have you ever wondered what it was like to travel through Israel? Well, I did, which is why I decided to join the Dead Sea, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and More tour from Tourist Israel. Picking us up from Jerusalem, we started the journey by driving away from the city and headed off to our first destination. It was interesting to note the drastic change of scenery as we drove through Jericho, the lowest city on earth, in the Judean desert, which is where Jesus supposedly spent 40 days and 40 nights. Right before arriving at the Dead Sea, we stopped at a convenience store to charge up for the adventure ahead. Hey guys, so we passed through some of Jericho in the Judean desert. Now we're actually at the Dead Sea. We stopped at this, it's kind of like a convenience store with a restaurant. And yeah, we're about to go to the Dead Sea. This wasn't your typical convenience store and was the perfect pit stop. You could get everything from fresh squeezed fruit juice to your daily morning coffee. After a quick caffeine fix, we finally headed off to the lowest point on earth, the Dead Sea. It was more vast than I could have ever imagined, and the energy there was surreal. We headed down the stairs of the resort to join the group of tourists already there. Covered in mud, these tourists made the experience really come to life. I really just wanted to get in, and although it was really windy, the opportunity wouldn't come again, so I decided to take the plunge. What's interesting about the Dead Sea is that it's so salty, everything naturally floats, which means you'll never sink. Once out, I knew it was time for my first ever mud bath. Dead Sea mud is unique in that it's got high concentrations of salts and minerals that contain natural healing properties. As you can see, I'm covered in mud. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool process. This is supposed to be like, what is this supposed to do?
I think it rejuvenates your skin, so yeah. We're gonna lose about 10 years.
Yes! Okay, so we just got done getting that mud off. It was really cool. We're still here. Bring a towel. That's one thing I have learned, and then also bring a change of clothes. But this is really cool. Like you can see behind me, just a lot of palm trees and then the Dead Sea. So yeah, I think we're gonna probably enter the shop and then check that out, see what souvenirs we can get for everyone, and then we're gonna continue on. So let's go. Right at the resort was a Dead Sea souvenir shop. This is the place to get specially formulated skincare products based around the special mud found only in this area of the world. Get everything from soaps to face wash. There's literally a huge variety, sure to please anyone who loves to pamper themselves. Moving on, we drove away from the Dead Sea past the desert and to the next part of the tour, which would take us back into the city of Jerusalem. And there we were going to meet a guide to show us around the old city. Moving quickly, we were able to catch a quick glimpse into the fast pace of one of the oldest cities in the world. We made it to Jerusalem. It's a bit rainy right now, but we're going to the Jaffa Gate and then hopefully we'll start the tour. Once we arrived at Jaffa Gate, it was time to uncover the hidden depths of Jerusalem. The weather wasn't on our side for this part of the trip, so we had to camp out for a bit before moving ahead. This wasn't typical Jerusalem weather, and it didn't stop us from making our way past the Tower of David and into the streets of Old City Jerusalem. It was amazing to see so much history and culture making our way towards Via Dolorosa. This was a very ancient city and unlike any I had ever visited before. The streets were made of stones, and around every hidden corner, there was a picture waiting to be taken. We finally arrived at Via Dolorosa, which is the street where Jesus carried the cross, and there are several points for the different stations of the cross that you can check out. Along the street, there's also plenty of shops and vendors that'll sell you anything from religious items to Israeli fashion. We soon arrived to the area of one of the most visited tourist spots in Jerusalem, and immediately you could perceive that there was something very holy in the air. Walking down the steps, we stopped in front of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, also known as the Church of the Resurrection. It contains the two holiest sites in Christianity, the site where Jesus was crucified and where he was buried and resurrected. Millions come here to touch the stone of anointing, which is the place where the body of Jesus was actually prepared for burial. The church is open late into the evening, depending on the season, and you can head upstairs to get an amazing view from the top, and also to visit the spot where Jesus was crucified. It's known as Calvary or Golgotha. Lines can be pretty long, even just to catch a small glimpse of this holy site. Back at the bottom, you can head on over to the infamous tomb which Jesus resurrected from. It's been turned into a chapel called the Atticule and contains the Holy Sepulchre inside. But to get inside, you'll have to wait a while or just come back on your own. We didn't really have enough time and ended up having to head out. Back into the streets of Jerusalem, we were pretty tired from all the shopping and all the sightseeing that we had done. So we decided to stop to get something to eat. Once our stomachs were filled up with delicious food, we were more than happy and ready to resume the journey.
Okay, so we just got done eating. It's really good. I think we're gonna probably just do some more stuff around here. Yeah, so I'll catch up with you guys after we're done with Jerusalem.
Our time in Jerusalem was slowly coming to an end, but not before leaving the busy market area and heading into the next destination on our list, the Western Wall.
Okay guys, so we are now at the Western Wall. Let's check that out.
It was huge, and you could hear the wailing of people worshiping from the wall on the other side. Originally erected as part of the expansion of the Second Jewish Temple by Herod the Great, the wall is the holiest place where Jews are permitted to pray, and behind it lies the holiest site in Jewish faith. What remains is only a small segment of an even bigger and longer original wall. We soon left the wall and started to walk back to the van and continue on with the rest of the tour. Jerusalem had been an amazing city full of spiritual energy from some of the major religions of the world. But with little time left, we had to move on. Next stop, Bethlehem, and we entered the Church of the Nativity.
We're gonna go see where Jesus was born. Let's go.
The crowds were insane as we tried to make our way downstairs towards the spot where Jesus was born.
So Jesus was supposedly born like right behind this wall. Right now the line is so long that we're not even going to be able to go see it. But yeah, I mean, you can pretty much get a view of it. Like this is the basic spot where he was born, so yeah.
Okay, so we didn't get to see what was behind the altar, but it's just one of those things that if it's truly important to you, you'll come back and experience it on your own. It was a really cool place to visit overall, and it was the perfect ending to an amazing tour. Thanks again to Tourist Israel.
Fellow travelers, I am done with the tour for today. It was pretty awesome. I really wish that the last part would have just been a little longer. I would have loved to have stayed in Bethlehem and check out the church for just a little bit, but overall I think we did pretty good. So if you guys want, you can like this video or you can give me comments, tell me what you thought about the tour, and if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button below. I will be posting a video of my second tour, which we're gonna do tomorrow, so stay tuned guys. Thanks again for watching. This is Nomad. I'm signing out. See ya. Like my videos, subscribe for more.